Hello everyone, this is Zach here. Welcome to this channel, and this video here I'd like to share with you the 20 jewel, which is we're gonna focus in the industrial product and services. Okay, so the first video really focus certain list of these stocks under 20 jewels. So today we're gonna do the part 2, okay, for the industrial product and services. So before we start, just a very quick disclaimer. So we are not here to share with you, which to buy, which to sell. Okay, I'm not doing a buy or sell call, but we want to use these one spread analysis methods to share with you, okay, what's the stocks that are having a sound strength or which are the stocks that are having sound weakness. Okay, so definitely no buy or sell call in this video here. So again, we're going to look into the chart setup patterns. So by looking into the weekly and daily chart and see which is the stocks that are giving us some sort of like a advantage, okay, in the market currently. So again, what is Bond spread analysis? Okay, so VSA actually is a study of relationship between the volume and the price. Okay, and we're going to use this to predict the overall direction of the market. So three things is very important in VSA is the volume, the spread of the bar, and the closing price and the opening price is very important to us to tell us whether currently the demand is on control or the supply is in control. So VSA focus in price and volume, and we are using this to find an action of the professional traders, okay, which is referring to the smart money. Okay, so this is the 6 stocks that we're going to focus today, okay, on this video here. So we got Esceram, Hiaptek, HPP, we got JAX, we got Pantech, we got PTrans. Okay, so I got adding this Robi ratings too in this summary here. Okay, but of course by the time when I'm doing this video here, actually market is slightly a bit bearish, I can say that. Okay, we got some sort of like a some weakness in the background. Okay, so everything turns to bearish. Okay, so that's why if you are monitoring or are you looking for mids to short terms, okay, I think best is that you check out on the chart from time to time. Okay, so just a very quick one. Okay, so I think the FA rating mostly is not that fantastic, only like PTrans is doing pretty well. Robi is giving 6/8, okay, which is pretty good in terms of the FA ratings there, and mostly it's bearish. Okay, so like I said, the market is definitely not that good in this 1 or 2 weeks. Okay, by the time I'm doing this video, this is on 25th May. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so I think so far only JAX is the one that didn't go through a very bad weakness, okay, in the background. Okay, but again, we check the chart later on. Okay, so area to study in this video, okay, we're gonna look into daily chart, like I said, for those that who are focusing slightly a bit short term. Definitely this few days doesn't have any good trade setups, okay, but we're gonna check the chart later on again. So for those that who are looking for maybe slightly a bit long term, okay, you don't mind to buy and hold, okay, in a particular trend, everything, we're going to use the weekly chart to help us to do so. Okay, so see where's the right area of supports. Okay, probably this few weeks is a bit bearish or a bit weak. Okay, so probably they are going back to the support again. So trade setups, okay, so we're gonna see whether got any chance for them to reverse. Okay, since this is a weak market currently for the past 1 or 2 weeks ago, so let's see whether which stocks having a very good potential shakeout patterns. Okay, so strategy and plan. Okay, of course we're going to check the weekly chart for overall direction. Okay, so this is the things that I always like to do. So steps 1, always go to the weekly chart. So let's say weekly chart in downtrend, overall I'm not that interested and keen. So let's say it's still in uptrend, probably they are making a pullbacks, then probably want to go to steps 2 again, okay, to check on the daily chart. Okay, so if daily chart comes with sound strength or confirmation, so these are areas that probably I would like to interested to go into more details and maybe look for the potential entry. Okay, so how we're going to do so is that, again, identify the market stages. Okay, so let's say weekly chart is in option overall, the market stages should be very good. Okay, but probably sometimes they are doing a reaccumulation. Okay, so we're going to identify them. Okay, so identify trend using trend 40s. Okay, this is also will help you out for those that who want to look for momentum tradings. Okay, so you can use the trend 40 MA, which is the things that I'm looking into. But of course, 2040 sometimes doesn't really sufficient for you to confirm that, so we're gonna use the sign of strength. Okay, so what it means is that whenever the price going into certain support of 2040 MAs, we want to look for sign of strength, okay, to confirm the movement, okay, on this particular stocks. Okay, so now let's do a very quick one. Okay, so we're gonna go through these 6 stocks, okay, on the weekly and the daily chart. Okay, we're gonna start with Esceram first. So overall I can say still in uptrend, and I think they are also forming some sort of like a VCP patterns. Okay, so this is the first one. Second one seems still big. Okay, so seems like on the weekly charts they are going into the thirds. Okay, so volume seems like decreasing slightly a little bit for the past 4 weeks. Okay, you can see these 4 bars here. Volume started to decreasing. Okay, so of course we got the springs there, okay, on this particular bar here, but it's still haven't come confirmation. So it's good, okay, to look for low volume in this kind of areas. Okay, like for example here after this springs bar, even though it just doesn't really confirm immediately, but you can see, right, the volume, right, seems like, you know, decreasing over these support areas. Okay, again, support area, we want to look for sound strength with low volume, okay, to ensure that the sellers has been reducing, okay, before we want to look for low risk entry from there. Okay, so Esceram definitely do so. Okay, so against you know, we look for more sound strength hopefully. So if you like the weekly chart in this Esceram here, so you can go into more details like the this daily chart. Okay, so usually what I do is that I would like to look for something that is like very similar for me, you know, like what previously what happens in the charts there, chances for them to make the similar things again, okay, is pretty good. Okay, so example like here, okay, if this is on daily chart, I wait for green pentagon. Seems like, you know, the weekly chart seems like confirming that potentially there's VCP, so I'm going to wait for this area. So over here, green pentagon turns, break above trend 40, tested ball. Okay, then they have a chance for them to make it follow through. Okay, so here also they are breaking below trend 40, so I can say it's a bit weakening. Here also a bit weakening, but they don't have a successful test. Okay, so they fail again. So now currently it's still below trend 40. Okay, so I'm going to recognize this patterns. Hopefully it will repeat somewhere around here. Then this is the area for us to for me to look for the entry, okay, with slightly a bit low risk. Okay, so the next one is Hiaptek. This is weekly chart. Again, this is a chart that breaking above the VCP patterns in the daily chart. Okay, so we got 1, 2, and then okay, resistance break. Seems like they are hanging, okay, at the previous resistance, which is now turning into support. Okay, so the volume on last week is still a little bit high in my opinion. Okay, so usually down by high volume, it's going to take some time to do some sideway over there. Okay, so example on previous bar here, this is some down by high volume, subsequently it form like a temporary sideway support areas. Okay, so probably going to see something like this again. So this is the area again we want to look for potential sign of strength. Okay, so let's look into daily charts, because I think the weekly charts overall still pretty good, because, you know, they goes up, make a pullbacks to support, but just then need some confirmation. Again, confirmation sometimes you can check it out from the daily chart. Okay, so kind of similar like you know, the previous chart again. Now it's actually below trend 40, so that's why I'm not really keen to trade within this area. So the area that I'm interested is that, you know, when it turns to the green pentagons holding raw trend 40s, low volume. So these are areas that you know that they are trying to push back the support, checking the supply. You know, the supply is reducing. That's where that they can try at a higher price. Okay, so I just put my alert somewhere around here, the 40 MA. I want to see the volume, how it goes. Best is they come high volume, then followed by a successful test. Okay, so this is for a recruitment for Hiaptek. Now HPP, in the hands, I don't have the weekly chart because it's an IPO this year. Okay, I think this is from Feb, so it doesn't make sense, okay, to look into a weekly chart because the information just not so sufficient. Okay, so I just add the daily chart only in this case. So we got first test, and now this is second test. So seems like they are building support around this area. So we got a small wash, okay, like a 3-bar wash, okay, and then it trying to close back with NS, and then we got a spring again. Okay, so far I think this is, like I said, I don't have much information. Most of the time I like to look into at least like 6-month chart or maybe 1 year, okay, if I want to look for the overall trend using weekly charts. But in this case, it seems like still building a support accumulations there. Okay, so if you're really interested, you can use the NS, okay, to help you out. We got one spring over here, we got one NS over here. Of course, this is a very low NS. Okay, so you can use here as your potential supports. Okay, so now this is JAX, okay, and this is from the weekly charts. Obviously, it's a uptrend followed by red pentagons turning back again. increasing volume. It's not that high volume, increasing volume. Now seems like trying to retest back, okay, on the previous support. Now this is a resistance turning to support. Now seems like again they are testing somewhere around here. So again, it's very important to look for sign of strength in this area, because we want to ensure that this support is still solid, okay, almost touching the 20 MA from the weekly. Okay, so let's look into the daily. So the daily obviously break below 2040s, okay, with the upthrust at the top, increasing volume. Okay, so previously we have some similar patterns too. Okay, now again, this is the patterns that most of the time I will follow. Okay, so the things that I do usually, if let's say based on the daily here, I always like to trade above 2040s. Okay, green pentagon with sound strength. Okay, remember the 5 steps that we go through earlier on. So this is the one. Similar things. Okay, like I said, this 1 or 2 weeks market is not that good overall, so mostly they drop below 2040s. So it's a good time you want to monitor those shakeout trades, okay, that smart money are using this opportunity to remove everyone further from markets. Okay, so here we got one. Okay, again back to here, green pentagons. Okay, successful test. We got NS too before a nice follow through. Okay, of course this is a pullback, not wash, because it doesn't break below 2040s. Okay, so this is a quick pullbacks area. So again, similar like here, I just parked my alert somewhere around 44 cents there. Okay, and now to check, is there any successful test or sound strength, okay, from these charts. Okay, so now this is Pantech based on the weekly. Okay, so reversal 2040, so overall still in the nice trend from here. Okay, against kind of similar like most of the stock. Again, we got the red pentagons, increasing volume. It's not a high volume, but increasing volume. Okay, so seems like they are trying to support around the 20 MA at the moment. Okay, so overall still good based on the weekly. So let's look into the daily. Again, similar things. Okay, kind of similar with all the stock that we review. Okay, so whenever they break 2040s, okay, I like to see they cross with successful test. Okay, all this is a pullback because it doesn't break the 40 MA. Okay, so similar like here too. Okay, so hopefully they'll cross the 2040s again. So this is the alerts that I parked. Okay, 525, cross it back. Okay, green pentagons. You're going to see low volume test, best to come with sound strength. NS spring test will be good to confirm this movement. Okay, from Pantech. Okay, I think this is the last one for this video. This is PTrans weekly chart. Now this is the one that I think they are doing a shakeout. Okay, I think most of the chart that we reviewed just now earlier on, the weekly actually is still above 2040. Now this is the one that actually is below 2040s. Okay, but a few things that we want to monitor from here, because when it dropped below 2040, I doesn't see any high volume. So that's why I say this is a potential shakeout trade. So let's look for the support first. Okay, we like to use NS as support. This is the lowest among these two NS. So if you draw this line over here, now this is the support that actually they break. Okay, this is 3 bars here. So with red pentagons too, it helps to tell me that okay, this is the areas that they are breaking the support. Okay, but the next thing is that you want to monitor is that the volume. Okay, the volume actually is like very low. I can see it dries up. Okay, even though it comes down bar. So which means that over this down bar here doesn't have much of these sellers. Okay, probably sellers appearing somewhere around here because there's 2 upthrusts. Okay, so most of the time this is areas for them to do a shakeout to remove all the weekend holders from the resistance. Then they try to mark up higher. Again, the shakeout haven't completed yet. Okay, so we want to check the complete shakeout patterns. Okay, again for Trade VSA members, if you have attended the our weekly and monthly training, you should be able to know what is the shakeout patterns from that. Okay, so here supports. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, hopefully it will come back with to the supports with high volume. Okay, I think previously what we have is like kind of similar like Harbor, kind of similar like Unicrop. Again, we need confirmation for us to do so. Okay, so just park your alert somewhere near the support and the volume will help you. Okay, you can park slightly higher volume. Okay, to at least alert you whenever they got a high volume crossing above the supports there. Okay, so just a very quick summary on all these 6 counters. Okay, what is the market stage and trade style overall? So of course, Esceram, okay, I think they are having a very good potential to build a VCP based on weekly, but daily still below 2040. So monitor for the sound strength if you are looking for short terms. Hiaptek is kind of similar. They actually break the trend for this already, but background kind of VCP. This is already a confirmed VCP. Okay, against we want to look for confirmation again. They are going back to VCPs again to look for the entries from them. Okay, so HPP accumulation support with NS and SP is a new stocks. Okay, it doesn't have much information, but currently still above the support. Okay, for these counters. Okay, so JAX. Okay, in our hand is that we got a potential reaccumulation. Okay, so no confirmation of sign of strength yet. Okay, so they are building a potential reaccumulation because of the uptrend, then they make a big pullback there. Okay, Pantech kind of same things too. Okay, both of them is kind of same. So PTrans is the one that actually is building a very nice reaccumulation and currently dropped below the support. Okay, so again, Shakeout haven't completed yet for PTrans. Okay, we look for the confirmations from now. Okay, so this is where the the alerts will help you out to help you to monitor on this. Okay, so like I said, this is only the 6 stocks from the 20 jewels. Okay, so I definitely will going to cover the others stocks under this list here. Okay, so for those that who want to have more opportunity, actually can check out the other stocks. Okay, for our members, make sure you use the screener. Okay, go to check it out. Okay, on daily basis or weekly basis if you are too busy to check what is the next potential stocks. Okay, I believe that currently with these are markets, okay, you should be able to pick up lots of spring counters or shakeout counters. Okay, but we just need to do a little bit of homework, go through a screener and then study the chart overall. Okay, so again, if you like this video over here, I appreciate if you can give me a like buttons, okay, on this video here, and or help me to share this out. And of course, I appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel. Okay, if you got any other questions you want me to answer, or you want me to cover it, any stock you want me to cover it, comment below in this video here. I definitely will try to do so. Okay, so with this, thank you, and I will see you in the next sessions.